You know, it's funny how our relationship with food changes over time. And it turns out, after the age of 60, the food on your plate has a much bigger impact on your health than ever before. It's true. Things that once fueled you without a second thought, well, they might need a closer look now. So today, we're going to break down exactly what that means for your health. And the source we're looking at today puts it perfectly. This quote really frames every single meal as a critical choice. Food can be your greatest ally in aging well, or it can be a silent enemy, kind of chipping away at your well-being without you even realizing it. And that's really the big question, isn't it? Well, in this explainer, we're going to give you the clear, straightforward answers you need. The goal here is to help you feel empowered every time you sit down to eat. Okay, so let's think of this stage of life as, well, a fork in the road for your health. Every dietary decision you make points you in a certain direction. And this isn't about restriction or taking all the fun out of food. It's about being informed. So, the source we're digging into today points to 7 common food groups it calls silent saboteurs. Now, these are foods that a lot of us eat all the time, often without really thinking about their cumulative impact. So let's unmask them, shall we? We're going to start with the engine of the body, the heart. Certain foods, and hey, often they're the ones we think of as comfort foods, can put this quiet, gradual strain on your cardiovascular system. And believe me, their long-term effects are anything but comforting. First up on the list, processed meats. Yeah, we're talking about things like sausages, bacon, hot dogs, and, those super convenient deli meats for sandwiches. They're quick, they're flavorful, for sure, but that flavor often comes at a hidden cost. So here's the deal. Think of your blood vessels as a whole network of clean, open highways. While the high levels of sodium and preservatives in these meats, it's like creating constant traffic jams. It raises your blood pressure and over time slowly damages the delicate lining of those highways. And speaking of sodium, let's talk about salt itself. This stuff is hiding everywhere. It's in canned goods, frozen dinners, sauces, you name it. It's a really major health factor to be aware of, especially as we get older. What's so tricky about this is you don't feel your blood pressure rising, right? But that excess salt is quietly forcing your heart to work way harder than it should. And it's putting a huge strain on your kidneys, which, have to filter everything. All right, next up is a popular one, fried foods. We're talking French fries, fried chicken, donuts, all delicious, I get it. But the process of deep frying transforms food in ways that can be particularly tough for an aging body to handle. So, what's the big deal with a little fried food? Well, it's kind of a double whammy. First, these foods are notorious for jacking up your unhealthy cholesterol levels, which is a major risk for heart disease. And second, our digestive system naturally slows down with age, making these heavy, greasy foods much, much harder to process. Okay, now this one comes with a really important footnote. Dairy can be a fantastic source of calcium. The concern here isn't about cutting it out completely, but about the excessive daily habit of full-fat versions, like a lot of cheese and whole milk. Really, moderation is the name of the game here. Having high-fat dairy every single day can contribute to those same cholesterol issues we were just talking about. Maybe try switching to low-fat versions or just enjoying that full-fat cheese as a special treat instead of a daily staple. It's all about finding that balance. Okay, so moving beyond the heart, there are other foods that can impact pretty much everything, from your energy levels and your immune system to how sharp your mind feels. This one is a biggie, sugary snacks. And we're talking about more than just cookies and candy here. This also includes sugary drinks and even some breakfast cereals or flavored yogurts that are marketed as healthy. That quick burst of energy you get, it has a serious downside. So picture your body as a high-performance engine. Pouring in a ton of excess sugar is like gumming up the works with sludge. It promotes chronic inflammation, it can weaken your immune system's ability to fight off illness, and yep, it directly contributes to heart risks. It's a triple threat. Next up are refined carbohydrates. Think white bread, white rice, a lot of pastas. You see, unlike the complex carbs you got from whole grains or beans that give you steady energy, these have been stripped of all their fiber and nutrients. Your body processes them almost as fast as pure sugar. I think we've all felt that big energy slump after a huge plate of pasta, right? You feel great for a little bit, and then an hour later, all you want is a nap. That's the blood sugar roller coaster. And over time, those dramatic slings can make fatigue worse and have even been linked to brain fog and memory issues. And the final item on our list is alcohol. Here's the thing. As we age, our bodies just don't metabolize it the same way. That one glass of wine that might not have fazed you in your 30s could now be enough to throw off your balance or leave you feeling fuzzy the next day. The impact here is pretty significant. It can affect your physical balance, which increases the risk of falls. It's also famous for disrupting deep, restorative sleep. So if you do enjoy a drink, the general guidance is really to aim for moderation and just be mindful of how it's affecting you personally. So after going through that list, I know it might feel a little daunting, but the key takeaway here is not about fear or deprivation, not at all. It's about taking control. It's about understanding that you have the power to make choices that will help you age with vitality and energy. This little summary here really pulls it all together. Seeing it laid out like this just makes those connections crystal clear. Remember, this is not a list of forbidden foods. Think of it as a guide, a roadmap to help you make small, consistent swaps that protect your body and your mind for years to come. And that really brings us to the most important question of all, the one I want you to take with you. This isn't about overhauling your entire diet overnight. It's simply about asking yourself, what's one small, wise choice I can make for my health today? Maybe it's swapping that soda for a glass of water, or maybe it's adding a side of vegetables to dinner. Whatever it is, take that first step. Your body will thank you for it.